Shalom, shalom. This Hawud. So I had to take my nephew to the park today. He don't get out that much. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups too, y'all, because his mom always well, she work overnight, so his mom's sleeping, and then his dad is just doing whatever. You know what I mean? So uncle got to step in and let a child be a child, because all he do is watch TV all day, play video games, and if I ain't around, then he's not getting no type of teaching. So that's my part. So I'm about to make a run. When I come back, I'm gonna read The Legend of Lucifer and another one, called The Lucifer Era. I'm gonna read those two. It's about 20 something pages, but they're getting read. I ain't get dressed in so long. I don't even know, you know. I usually have work clothes on all the time because I'm always working. But so I'm gonna read that, and oh God, these chickens is killing me. Look, y'all, this that bulldog that don't like me. Hi, puppy. Dog can't stand me. So I'm gonna read The Legend of Lucifer and the Era of Lucifer. Storm cloud again. So that'll be what I'm doing. And oh yeah, this is what I wanted to tell y'all. So while I'm in the park, I'm so sorry about this hiccups, y'all, but I got them. So I'm in the park, and a guy come in, Caucasian, white guy, Caucasian. He come in, and he got two children, but his children are mixed. Children's mom is one of us, sister. So, I ain't holding no ill will towards him or anything like that. But, me and him start talking. So as I'm talking to him, you can tell he don't think like the Europeans do. Y'all gotta excuse me. I always played my hair since I was a little boy. I used to twist the front of my hair all the time, and when I got braids, I twist it and stick it in my ear and stuff. So yeah, just gotta excuse me with that. But so I'm talking to him and everything, and you can tell he's not the average, white guy, whatever. And to be honest with you, he knows a lot. He was talking to me, telling me, he know that, the people that call themselves Jews, they're not the real people. And, he was like, I don't like calling y'all black because I know y'all the indigenous, and y'all the copper colored people and everything. Like, this is a white guy telling me all this stuff, right? So, I'm talking to him, and surprised me is when he says to me, well, listen, I know I got to come under you to learn what I need to do. He says, so can you teach me the laws so I could be right, so I can teach my children to be right? He said, because I know what we're living in is horrible, and I was like, wow. Like, I couldn't believe it. I had to literally, lift my own jaw up, you know what I mean? Because I never expected to hear that from a white guy, you know what I mean? Or, a Caucasian. And it's funny because he was like, I'm not like them. I don't want to be like them. He said, I just want to bring my children up in righteousness. And it was amazing, I'll tell you that much. So, I'm telling him, and he was telling me he eat, certain foods and stuff, and I told him, stop eating that, and because I had stopped eating meat, red meat, about a week ago, and to be honest with y'all, I feel a lot better, a whole lot better, y'all. I feel so much better. Before I felt like I had all this weight on me, and now I feel lighter. You know, I don't know what it was. I mean, I'm still the same weight, but hard to describe. But yeah, so, you know, I really enjoyed the conversation I had with him. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So I gave him my number and everything, you know. He's like, oh, look, I'm gonna call you, you know, so we can, you know, I want to go over some scriptures with you or whatever. And it was more so like he was waiting for me to lead him. He didn't put himself in a position of leadership. He didn't put himself, he was more so like humbling himself. You know, pretty much like, I'm coming under you and I'm gonna stay where, you know, I'm gonna stay in my place because I know that I'm supposed to learn from y'all. I'm not to call myself trying to teach you anything, you know, and it was kind of shocking. I actually didn't know how to take it, you know, but I talked to him for about 2.5, 3 hours. We was in the park for a long time. I was in the park with had my nephew in the park for a while. That little boy ran me ragged. I'm tired. So yeah, that occurred. So pretty much when I get back, I'll jump on them readings, and you know, I'm gonna fill him out. You know, I'm not gonna jump into letting him know anything or anything like that. I'm gonna just fill him out. You know what I mean? You should be able to see when somebody up to something. You know, but he had 2 mixed children. Actually, they were twins. Yep, they were twins. And the funny thing is, right? He said this to me, and I was kind of shocked because he says, "How am I to call myself teaching and leading you when if I'm the dominant race?" This is what this man says to me. He said, "If I'm the dominant race, or my people, you know, are the dominant race." He said, "How is it that I had 2 children by this indigenous woman, and my sons look nothing like me at all?" He said, "Her DNA took over. And looking at the little boys, you can tell they have a white father by the, you know, the hair. You know, they got that certain type of hair. Oh, excuse me, y'all. But you can't tell that's his kids. You really can't. You know." And he was like, "So how am I superior to y'all?" But he said genetically, physically, mentally, he said everything. He pretty much said it, you know, like everything that my people say that we're greater than y'all, and he said it's a lie. He said y'all are way smarter than us. He said y'all have way more power than us as physical. He said, yeah, we got some brutes and, you know, in my race, but he said as a collective, y'all are way more powerful than us. And then he says, and he says, y'all have this technical mind where y'all can make stuff. You know, he said, y'all could just think of something and put it together. He's saying what we do is we come and we steal it from y'all and, you know, call ourselves making it better. He said, but what I've noticed that we do, he said, instead of making it better, he said, we make it worse. He said, okay, so let's just look at if, you know, the egg coop or whatever. He said that, you know, a black man invented some machine that collect the eggs. He said, but look what we did. He said, so we called ourselves making it better. He said, now the thing is, the chickens and the hens used to stay in the little barns or whatever, and they had ground to run around on. He said, so my people called themselves, after they stole it, you know, it was a machine he used to go in and take eggs out of some type of machine, you know, back in the day, like the cotton gin, something like that. But they used to get the eggs, certain size eggs or something like that. They had to be a certain size or something. So he said, a black man invented that. And he was like, and I hate to call y'all black. He said, I said, well, you don't have to say it to me because I know who we are. He said, all right, cool. So he was like, you know, indigenous man invented that. He said, we took it, stole it, patented it, said we did it. He said, what happened? our way of making it better. He said we turn around, we cram all these animals in one space. He said they can't lay down, they can't do nothing. They just piled up in one space. And he said then we feed them all types of chemicals and stuff, talking about we gonna make them, more healthy or whatever like that. And he said, look at what we call making something better. He said when we were tilling the ground and taking care of everything, he was like, you had no problems. He was like, all the land was pretty much yielding. He said then we come along, we dump chemicals everywhere. He said it was funny because he told me, he said that old farmer, older guy, he said the man, he said back then, like when the bugs ate up the the plants and stuff, he said the old farmer would spray either alcohol or peroxide on his plants, and that would stop the bugs from, He said what we do, we turn around and put these poisons out, saying that we gonna kill these bugs, and it's killing us too. He said alcohol and peroxide get washed right off with the rains. He said, but no, what we do, we put something that's in the plants now. He said, so everything that I've noticed that y'all make that's naturally and adaptive to the earth, right? He says, we make something that's against the earth and destroys the earth, or destroys, the animals, that live on the earth. He was like, it's crazy. He said, he's like, my people, he said, they kill so many animals in a day. He said, it don't make sense. So, and it's funny because I was about to bring out the scripture about where the Most High says, if any man kills an animal, it's like killing a man. And he brung it out. He was like, yeah. And then, the Most High, he pretty much brung out that scripture saying the same thing. And I was like, wow, I was about to say that. He was like, yeah. So I told him, I said, so you still eating red meat? He said, no. I said, actually, I'm actually trying to stop today. He said, this is my first day. So, and it's funny because what made me stop, and it's only been about a week or two, is because I was sitting there eating a steak, yeah, and guess it popped in my head. It said, like, this is the thought that popped in my head. It said, if a man went and killed this animal, right? And then it said, are you better that you eating it? And that made me think, and I'm like, wow, am I better? Because the man destroyed the animal, right? But I'm eating the animal. So I don't think it's a difference. I think that's just as bad as killing the animal. So, I mean, I just wanted to, let y'all know what my day was like, because I haven't been on here in a minute, because I've been doing a lot of reading and stuff. But I hope y'all enjoy what I'm gonna read for y'all later on when I get back, and I hope y'all enjoy what I told you, who the person I ran into or whatever like that. Because all in all, he seemed like a good brother. I mean, I ain't gonna call him a brother, but he seemed like a good man. He'll be a brother when he get himself all the way together, you know what I mean? But all in all, the man was pretty much submissive, but you gotta be mindful of them. You gotta be mindful of them, because they infiltrate anybody that has a following, or anybody that has any type of power when they speak, or aura, So, and they look for that on these channels and stuff like that, and they'll send somebody to infiltrate, because remember, they said, your next leader, we will pick him. Remember that. They said that. They will give us our next leader. So if you look at that Black Lives Matter, they set that up. They set up that whole thing. And the women that's running it, they're, they lesbians and stuff. So it's just something to think about, y'all. I mean, just something to think about. They said it, and that's what they doing. So guarantee you that they are going through these videos and they're looking for certain key points and things that the men are saying. And what they'll do, they probably send somebody. And I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't gotta be a white guy. It could be one of our people, because it's sad that our people would do anything for bark off a tree. Our people will murder for bark off a tree. Murder. Let me tell you something. You know what I did the other day? Went to the gas station. It's a gas station up in Logan, off of what was that street? Begins with a W. I can't remember it. Wyoming. Not Wyoming. Is it Wyoming? I forgot. But it's near Kamak, right? Not Kamak. I mean, near Ruscombe. The next stop over. And there's always a couple guys in there panhandling and stuff, right? So guess what I did? I went in there and gave everybody $20, right? So about 4 guys. So the guy in the store, he's like security guard. He said, "Well, why would you do that? You know, they're gonna go buy that stuff." I said, "Well, if they do, if they don't, I'm feeding the poor of my people. Even though all of us are poor, but I'm a little bit more fortunate than them. So I'm feeding them. Now, if they decide they want to go buy drugs instead of getting a meal, then that's their problem, you know. But I'm doing what I got to do. And it's just like if I'm riding down the street and somebody outside with a bucket or hanging out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I rarely give white people anything. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, I gotta have a feeling about them for me to give them something. But when it comes to my people, even if I ride by and I see them, most of the time I'll go back around or I'll back up and, you know, give them money. But let me tell y'all this before I get off this joint. So I'm in the gas station. And it's a young guy standing there, and he said something to me, but I really couldn't hear him. But it sounded like he asked me, could he pump my gas? That's what it sounded like he said to me. So I didn't say anything. You know, I said I'd give him a couple dollars when I come out. So I come back out. I had 2 ones or whatever. So I said, give him these 2 ones. Right? So I go to hand them to him. He take them, but he say, well, what's this for? So I said, didn't you ask to pump my gas? He said, nah, I ain't asked to pump your gas. I said, oh, that's what it sounded like. So he was like, nah, no. So he gave the $2 back. So it was another guy. So he like, the other guy was like, well, it did sound like that. He said, because I was about to give you $1. He was like, you know, young boy went crazy. He said, I ain't out here begging, I'm out here trapping, right? So he tells us he's at the gas station selling drugs, right? So I look at him, and like, I look at him, and then I look at the other guy. You know, me and the guy about the same age. He was a little taller than me, and we bust out laughing. So he like, don't effing disrespect me, like I'm out here begging for effing money. I mean, he cursing and like. So I told him, I said, yo, you need to pipe down. You know what I mean? I said, I was trying to help you. My bad. You know what I mean? He's still going on and on and on and on. So I ain't gonna lie, I almost jumped on him. I did, and the dude stopped me. Because he was like getting out of pocket, you know what I mean? He kept like getting real disrespectful, and then he started his body language. It was more like he was. It seemed like he was going to try to swing on me. That's what it seemed like, because I was like right in front of him. And at first I was calm, and I'm like, yo, all right, I'm sorry, like, you know, my fault. And he just, it was like it just went in one ear and out the other, or it just went in and just got blocked. And he started calling me out my name. You mother, this, I'm do this and I'm this and I'm that. So one thing about me, I could take words, but when you threaten me and tell me you're gonna do something to me, that's when you turn on another person, right? So after I was walking away when he said, I'll put a hole in you. So that's when I spent back around and I was like, who you think you're talking, you know? So the other dude, he grabbed me. He like, yo, chill. Like, you know. Now, I don't know this man. You know, the other guy, the same guy that he was going to give him money to, he's like, yo, chill. So he grabbed me. He's like, so he says to me, he's selling drugs in a gas station. on a big two-way street. This is what he says to me. And I was fine until he threatened, like, the dude bodily harms him. So this is what he said. He said he's selling drugs at a gas station on a big main two-way street. My fault, four-way, because it's two lanes going up, 2 lanes going down. He said there's cameras all over this gas station, and there's cameras at the lights. He was like, you really want to step yourself into that? He said, or leave him in the hole that he dug for himself. Leave him in there, because he's going to fall in it anyway. And I looked at him, I said, Dad, you know what, brother? You're right. I said, he took me out of character. He said, no. He said that, well, he called me a dog, but I understand what he's saying. He said that dog came out of you from, you know, growing up a certain way. He was like, I know we came up in the same era. He was like, you know, you the 70, 80 baby. And he's like, in the 70s and 80s, we didn't play that. You know, you can't tell a man you coming back or you gonna do something to him and think you gonna leave. Like, during those days, you couldn't do that. You would lose your life. Not saying that I did anything like that, I'm just saying, but that's how it was. So it kind of like snapped me back, because I haven't had nobody say no craziness out their mouth to me like that in a long time. You know, but he made perfect sense. You know, he's pretty much on candid camera. He's young, and he runs his mouth, and a lot of them, that's what they do. They talk so much. This is why they lose their life. And I never paid it no mind until the man said what he said, and that is the God honest truth. This is why a lot of these young guys die, because they make threats and don't know who they threaten. You know, and a lot of these men that's out here now, they came home for murders and you know, taking people out of here for the same thing. So these kids, they listening to these rappers, and these rappers gonna get them hurt, you know. But I don't want to go to the negative side. I just wanted to tell y'all my story, tell y'all how that happened. So lesson learned. You being older men, older women, even if you're younger, 20s or something like that, think first, react later. You know, for a hot second, I didn't think, and I was about to react, and it would have been a waste of my life if I would have. So I give thanks to the Most High, and I praise His name for having that brother or that angel there to correct me. And see, this is the thing. We don't understand correction. You don't know when you're being corrected. You know, but you got to recognize that you're being corrected, because that could have turned to something else. That really could have got ugly, you know? And I could have been in jail for, and I'm not saying that I would have took that man's life or something, but let's just say me and him got in a scuffle when he fell and hit his head. Let's say he pulled out his weapon and I took it from him, or, you know, or and popped him, or what if he popped me, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just all this craziness. So, you know, thank the Most High that He had an angel right there. And, you know, angels speak through men. You know, it only take a whisper and a word. So, you know, you got to give thanks to the Most High for these certain things. Like, people don't understand. It's like yesterday when I was, you know, thanking the Most High for the rain. You know, that's serious. This is life-sustaining water. That's life-sustaining water, y'all. That water keeps us alive. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to loan somebody a couple dollars. Well, listen, y'all. Let me get out of here. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Give me like an hour. I'll be home. I'll start doing the read and post the video. All right, y'all. Shalom.